Hey everyone, welcome back to Hearthstone. Welcome to another Lich King boss fight. This time we're going to do it with Warrior.
Versus the Lich King. For Cosmodan!
Is that your deck? It looks like a plea for help.
So this is actually a very complicated deck. It uses the old exploit where if you have Kel'Thuzad and a taunt minion on board, the AI will just not attack it. He just will not kill it. So we'll go over that. Basically, he starts by gaining an extra 100 armor. It's possible to do it. This took me a lot of tries. A lot of tries. But I finally did it. So basically, there's like 3 different stages of this. You need Public Defender and Kel'Thuzad to keep Public Defender alive. You need to play Brawl on turn 8 after he plays Frostmourne and fills his board with the 2 6s. And ideally you need Justicar Trueheart on turn 6. So really what you want to do is you mulligan really aggressively for Justicar Trueheart and Kel'Thuzad, and just hope you pick up Public Defender and Brawl in time. If you don't, you just instantly restart. And then the idea is to use the Siege Engines, which gain 1 attack every time you gain an armor, and you just combo those. You have 2 Siege Engines, you have Armor Smiths go in. You'll see it all at the end of this. It's a little bit hard to explain. But there we go, turn 6, get Justicar Trueheart out there. Well practiced at this, because I did this a lot. But really, up until turn 6, you just want to keep alive. You play a couple of things on the board, mostly just try and gain armor, especially using like shield blocks. Very lucky we got the Brawl there. All we do is kill that, and armor up. And now what he's going to do is he's going to play Frostmourne. He's going to turn his board into 2 6s. And if you have played Justicar Trueheart, make sure it's dead, because you need him to... You need the board to just be these 2 6s. And then you Brawl them all out, except for one of them. And then basically you keep hero powering until you have both Kel'Thuzad and Public Defender in hand, and you play them both in the same turn. And then you just keep building up the combo, and he will not kill Public Defender. So I don't think, like, ideally you would get them both in hand by turn 10 and you just play them both on turn 10. I don't. So what I do is, like, I end up just like throwing cards away from my hand. I think I end up like killing my own Grommash just to make sure I stay alive. Or just to keep my hand empty, because you can't afford to burn Kel'Thuzad. But anyway, once you have like your combo on the board, Kel'Thuzad, Public Defender, and all your Siege Engines, you basically wait for him to draw every single card in his deck, burn them all, and then as soon as he's guarded the last card, you go in. You just try and kill him in 2 turns, ideally. So right now I'm just throwing cards out of my hand to make room for Kel'Thuzad. And of course you can't play anything big, because you can't have that little 2/5 dying. So you do have to be really careful. It definitely took me I made a few mistakes the first few times I played this. That's good because it gets armor, and also it doesn't kill the 2/6. Shield block's good because we get some draw. And now we're sitting at a pretty whopping 19 armor. I think at this point I was already considering Grommash and Shield Slam, but I didn't have enough armor. So I think I'll end up doing that next turn. Like, the thing with this deck is about half the cards are... half the cards are there to survive until you can do the combo, and then half the cards are there for the combo. So I think it takes a while to get Kel'Thuzad, so I'm just going to jump ahead until that, because it's basically just drawing cards and throwing them away. Alright, here comes Kel'Thuzad. There's only a couple of turns later. And that's it. We are safe now. So he just will not kill it. It's a bug that's been around since Nax, I'm pretty sure. And then what we do is we get the Siege Engine down, and the Armor Smith down. You can see they're all going to start working together. Some of these turns are going to go on forever. I think we end up going for Frothing Berserker. This is me trying to figure out how much space I need on my board. Because I think I was hoping to get the other Armor Smith, but actually Frothing Berserker will work out just fine. You also need to do Ravaging Ghoul to kill the Public Defender, and then Kel'Thuzad to bring him back as a 0/7, so the Lich King keeps smashing into it, which gives you more armor from Armor Smith, and it buffs up your Frothing Berserker. So you can already see these little siege engines are getting pretty big. And there's the other Armor Smith. And in fact, we don't even need the Ravaging Ghoul. We'll use this Battle Cry to kill off our our Public Defender, which will in turn give us a shit ton of armor and really buff up the Berserker. This is one of those turns that will last forever because everything's been hit, right? So I'm getting Armor Smith is triggering 7 times each, I guess, so 14 times. Berserker's triggering just 7 times, I guess. The siege engines are getting an attack for each armor I get, so they're triggering like 14 times each, I guess. so it really lasts forever. It's pretty entertaining. There we go. We did it. Oh no, I think it's still going. There we go. That's the turnover. Pretty nutty, isn't it? And I think at this point we just armor up and we wait for him to discard his whole deck. We've got 4 cards in our deck, we've got 6 cards in hand. We don't have to worry about throwing cards away anymore because we're not going to burn anything. Not that we need to worry about burning anything, we've got every card we need. So I'm just going to jump ahead until he's burned his cards. Alright, he's about to burn his last card here. And there it goes. So ideally you want to get your siege engines to about low 30 attacks. And now that we've drawn his deck, it's time to trigger the 3rd phase. He's got some pretty shitty minions there. Now what we can do is just go straight for his face. I was still really worried about maybe fucking something up, but I think we just did like 80 something damage. What's our board at? It's at 101. My god. And there's Blizzard. That was the one card I thought really could fuck me up. I think if he'd played this properly, he would have just killed my combo, actually. Because Taunt's gone, all he has to do is put his 3 things into... Well, actually, he does have to kill Kel'Thuzad here. I think this one takes a long time to trigger as well. Actually, that's true, he does have to put all 3 of these into Kel'Thuzad. Unless he has something else to kill him. I think he still makes a misplay somewhere. I think if he hadn't, I probably still wouldn't have won this. But if you're playing the same deck, it just takes a while. It just takes a lot of different tries. So right here, he could almost have done it. He has to trade 2 of them into Kel'Thuzad. And then he just has to trade 1 into one of my siege engines. No, he still couldn't have done it, actually. So I think at this point, he's got 60 health. I think one of my siege engines are 59 and 57. There we go. And he's down to 58 anyway. It's a good thing I played that taunt, actually. But we've got something to deal with that, apparently. Oh yeah, we just trade literally anything into it and then hit with 1 siege engine and he's dead. For some reason I thought he still had way more than 60 health, so I was like really looking at this, I was like, shit, what do I trade in? And I realized I probably didn't need 156 damage, you know? There we go. Bam! Lich King done on Warrior. Very, very tricky fight, but it worked out eventually. We did it.
There must always be a Lich King.
Hooray! The one-time war chief of the Horde embraced his newfound power. The frozen victims of his army would rise up to serve until he was master of all he surveyed. Ooh. So there you go. That was a very, very handy little deck. That is class 3 done. 6 more. That's a good warrior deck. Thank you guys very much for watching. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!